I thought I was dying. I couldn't breathe and I was convinced that my lungs were failing.
And what I found out, and the only message I want to get across to people is once you change
It just keeps on going up.
one thing, your mindset, you can attack everything.
It keeps on going up. It's crazy. Alright. Can't film longer. Too tired. Stay hard. I asked my girlfriend at the time, I said, call 911, call 911, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And by the time the ambulance arrived, I passed out from hyperventilation. At the time, my hands, because of the lack of oxygen, were locking and I couldn't control them. They ran every test on me once at the hospital. Lungs, 100%. Heart, perfect. The problem was my mind. I had an anxiety disorder, years of stress and trauma, stuff basically I hadn't dealt with. One day, I came across David Goggins on Joe Rogan. I read his book. I was fascinated by that guy. I remember his book flipped a switch in me. I called my manager and I said, I'm taking 3 days off and I'm added the weekend to that, so I had 5 days in front of me. I was thinking, you know, we never take days off to actually take care of ourselves. It's always take off to go on vacation, to eat, to relax. But now I had 5 days in front of me and I said, I'm gonna run. 10 kilometers every single day. And it wasn't just flat. I had 200 meters of elevation gain every single run. I had no experience, no plan, just plain effort. 1,000 meters of climbing in 5 days, and I fucking did it.
Let's go.
Let's get it. I got injured after that 50K and my knees couldn't keep up with what my mind wanted. But even limping, I had already decided I was going to run a marathon that year. So I signed up. And the craziest part to me is my brother, who hates running even more than I do, signed up with me. Then came the travel. I had planned a vacation with my girlfriend and we landed in Lisbon, Portugal after a night flight. The first thing I wanted to do was run. And midway through that run, my knees locked. I had the runner's knee syndrome. I had to take an electric scooter home, but I still kept going. I found a stretch routine that helped me a lot. And a week before the marathon, I decided to test my limits. Everyone around me told me, don't run 42 kilometers before the race, you'll burn out. You won't have time to recover. So I didn't run the 42. Instead, I ran 43.3. And the next weekend, my brother and I crossed the finish line. But here's what changed everything. A few hours after the race, I felt really fine. My legs were sore, fatigued, but something in my body had adapted. I remember that night I couldn't sleep. It was like 2 a.m. I was scrolling through the web and I found that really interesting trail. I registered for it, but it was an ultra marathon, 56 kilometers, 2,300 meters of elevation gain, and 3 weeks away. So lucky I got in. The next morning I had to wake up and tell my girlfriend about it. She was like, when is this gonna end? And that same day, we went to the shoe store and got my first trail shoes. The next weekend, I went to Offord, a trail I used to hike as a kid, but this time I ran it. I panicked, I almost turned back, but I'm glad I didn't. 3 weeks later, I finished the ultra.
This is crazy. I don't know why I did that. I literally don't know. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. I'll make some videos of the, you know, how it turns out. So, all right, peace.
There we go, we started. I'm trying to film, but it's like I don't want to use that little energy to get my camera and film. But then I stopped. It was October and I was on and off. And from November to March, I slowed down. I made excuses for myself. I let the old version of me creep back in. But I never really lost the fire, so in March, I lit it again. I registered for something that scares me more than anything I've done. 100 kilometers in 22 hours in Whistler. 5,100 meters of elevation gain in September 2025. I'm not ready, but I will be. And this channel right now is how I'm holding myself accountable. I'll post the training, the pain, the truth. And if you want to see what it looks like to chase something that really terrifies you, then subscribe and we'll go do something stupid.